I'm not a teacher, nor have I ever claimed to be. Only thing I do know is results. That's all. Just results. And if results come with, you know, me showing you how processes work and, you know, this and all that shit, just being real, so be it. I'll just keep it in the bean that I'm 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 not a teacher. I just I just understand processes. I just understand these processes to a point of that's just beyond regular logic. If I could put a a sense of, you know, what I would like to call it. And for the longest, it's like I'm sorry. It's like it's not registering with people that I just know how to show what I do and what I read and how it can benefit you and the things that I'm able to get. But at the end of the day, what are we talking about? Being able to what? Just buy cars, buy houses, you know, buy meaningless shit that not going. I'd rather melt this motherfucker. You know, what I mean, I'd rather melt it down and keep it pushing. You know, but what I did, and I think you know some real issue. I think I may have created the very first PDF file about what's happening with your bank deposit and like you know when you go into the bank you make the deposit you basically using the bank as a broker and they're being your broker interfacing with the Federal Reserve. So, but you don't know this part, but this is what's happening. And I had to get a better understanding because it's like it got to be more to this process than somebody saying, "Okay, you just making a deposit." This is I'm talking about way back. I'm not talking about now. And I didn't know how to express this to people because I'm like, damn, you don't see it? Like it's right here. Like look at the shit. It's like right here. It say that they can't lend out their reserves. So if they can't lend out reserves, but they study giving out loans, where is it coming from? Like what's the mechanism? Like what's happening? What is actually happening? And for the longest, it was like, how can I let people see what I see and for them to be able to apply in their lives? And I got it. I stayed up to 5 o'clock in the morning for 3 weeks straight writing this, and I'm finna show you. I'm finna go to show it to you right now. I'm finna go to show it to you. I stayed up to 5 o'clock in the morning for 3 weeks straight writing and designing this PDF to show you how to recover your bank statements. And the thing is, it's not, and I'm saying bank statements, but it's not even that. It don't. The bank statements is just showing a ledger of what you have done. It's not you recovering your bank statement. That's not what's going on. What is actually happening is you are using the institution as a broker, and they are selling your deposit for you on your behalf. but it shows up as a loan. And when you give them the loan, they go and sell your deposit. They once they sell it, they recover it. So that's why after a year, under a year is ordinary, short term. Longer than a year is long term. That's when you are able to turn around and make the claim. So what I did, I think this is this is this is major, and I can actually show you how to do it physically, like through Zooms. I got classes and stuff like that, but this the very core of it, the very core of it is what's important. The very core of it is what's important. Let me just show this training. Let me just show you just partial of it. Just partial of it. I'm just gonna show you just a smidget. I'm gonna just show you just a small little smidget. And I made this last night, and I had to email it to myself, and I had to make sure that, that I had to go and do checks and make sure what I was feeling like needed to be a necessity to express, it also aligns with IRC. And keep in mind, keep in mind, I am not a traditional teacher. I only can do something and it worked for me. Here you go. This is what I done. So if it worked for me and it's been working for me for years, here you go. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not a salesman. I don't know how to sell shit. Like I'm not, I'm not one of these salesy type people. You know what I mean? I just live my life and I just have fun and look good while doing it. That's pretty much it. It's nothing else. Um, it's nothing else to it. Just being real. It's nothing else to it. That's all it is. Actually, there's nothing else to it. But let me show you here. All right. So what I did is I did a trust sale, and I created like a full, you know, I created like a full 19-page in-depth summary of how the entire process goes as far as how I see it happening. And it's not it's not a get rich quick scheme. That's why I want you to understand, and I want you all to know that it's nothing like that at all. It's not some get rich quick scheme. It's not some type of shit to where, okay, you are being able to miraculously just come up with a whole bunch of bread. It's not like that. I'm trying to find a way to put into words that make sense to you all, because we don't look at banking institutions as brokers, but that's all that they are. They're just our middleman. Like they are there to interface with the Federal Reserve for us, because we're not chartered. So we're not taking in deposit. We work. We go out, we work our job, make our deposit, and then we're going out paying the bills. And we don't know nothing else what happens behind that. We don't focus on what's actually happening with the account, because we're not taught that part of the securities. We're not taught that part of double book entry. We're not taught that part of ASC 860. We're we were never taught this part. And I don't think they ever had any intentions on teaching people this part of the game. And for the longest, like I was debating on whether I should like really put this out and it's not illegal. It's but same thing with the mortgage situation. If I talk about mortgages and from the way how I understand mortgages and how they operate, when I talk about them, and when you actually go and apply what I'm talking about, and it works for you, then what you got to say? If I tell you that your mortgage and the note, the note and the mortgage is two separate things, but they cannot be separated, and then the separation happens, which is the sale. They go and take that note, put it in the pool, and give a servicer for you to come and pay monthly on a note that they don't even supposed to be collecting payments on. Then what? What do we have? Do they have like a worldwide collapse and it's just a mortgage crisis going on? So when nobody paying their mortgage, like how can I face myself to be responsible for something like that? But then I had to think about it as far as a humanitarian, you know, sense of, man, I'm saving more lives than I'm worried about, you know, oh, this person right here, if this company right here go under because they're not paying their mortgage anymore, whatever, whatever. And it used to be this thing that used to happen when I used to go down to the Fulton County tax sale, and it used to be these protesters out there, right? It was these protesters out there, and they were protesting against people coming to pay their taxes, like their property taxes. And it used to be like old women, like it was like a group of like older, older women. Not like, I'm not talking about 50 or 40. I'm talking about like 70, 80, 60, late 60-year-old women out here marching like, hey, we're against paying property taxes, this, then the third. You guys in here taking it home, because it will be big companies coming in buying these people houses right from up under them because of taxes. And they didn't know anything about homesteaders. Me personally, I would never buy any like elderly person home, like pay their taxes. Me personally, I would never do that. I made it like a pact with myself never to purchase anyone that's elderly, anyone that may be incompetent of handling their own affairs, that may have had a trustee to facilitate most of their deals or facilitate most of their living or their care expenses. Um, I made it my personal business not to invest in those type of properties. All right. So it used to be a group of ladies down here at this tax sale, and for the longest, they'll be out there. Hey, we against buying the tax. We against you guys coming in paying the taxes. This, that, and the third. Blah 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 blah. And do you know that it would be maybe at the time 8 of us out there, and these folks had no remorse. Always should have paid the taxes. Always should have did this. Always should have did that. Not knowing that the money that they have, the investors I'm talking about, the money that the investors have, I'm finna, now watch this. The money that the investors have came from a banking institution. Now that banking institution that they get the funds from have a church, right? The church banks with this bank. Let me just show you how this ecosystem is. So now let's go to the pastor. The pastor get the congregation all riled up, and most of the time the pastor is touching on something that is affecting your life personally. So you feel like the pastor is, somehow cognitively speaking to you. like directly. You feel like he's actually talking to you through his sermons. So you go and pay your tithes, and you go and pay, you know, offerings or whatever. Now it is set in stone that she's supposed to pay 10%. Christianity. Now the whole congregation go and pay their tithes and offering. That church then go and make that bank deposit. Now after that church make that bank deposit, that those bank deposits are now set up with the Federal Reserve to purchase U.S. securities, and now expansion is on effect. Expansion is taking place. Now they can go and create new loans for other investors to secure more funding, buy more properties, sell, buy back and forth. It's the whole thing, and it's kind of crazy because it shows that the 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 constant relapse of people losing their home, people buying their home, people paying and submitting and giving their life over to who they feel like is Christ, and paying tithes on time every time for 50, 20 years straight, and their their whole life is set around going to church on Sunday and giving their tithing on what they was able to earn for this week. And I'm a victim of that. My mom used to do that. That's why I can, that's why I can talk about it kind of fluently like that, because I'm a victim of it. Like I'm a victim of a mom, a child of a parent who would go to the church and give up her 10% to the church. Now, I want to talk about the expansion. Now that church go and make their deposit. I don't know how much it is. We're just gonna say it's 10,000. Right? We're gonna just say it's 10,000, like the example that I got right here. Now, we're gonna put the trust as the church. Now, the church go and make a deposit at 10,000. Now, but where they making deposit at? They're making deposit at institution. Now, the institution is using that 10,000 to go and barter with the Federal Reserve on your behalf, but for you, but not for you. But it's for a customer deposit. This is what they talk about in modern money mechanics. So they go and take that 10,000 to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, like, hey, I'm just gonna put it in layman's sense. This is I'm just trying to put it in you all's mind on how this thing go. Federal Reserve, like, oh, you got some real deposits that came from a real individual, a real living, breathing person. Give it here. It has value. Bring it here. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you 100,000 in credit, but not right then. I'm gonna give you back your 10,000 in credit, but I'm gonna hold 10% of this in reserves, just to keep tabs on everything and make sure everything is moving smooth. So I'm gonna return to you 90,000, right? So the 10,000 created 100,000. The 100,000 was now taxed 10%, and now you are left with a long-term gain of 90,000. This is how this game is going, whether you like it or not. And I think I did a excellent way of showing this, you know, um, because it's a real delicate topic, because there's so much bull out here about the bank deposits. Niggas start talking, niggas start singing, and singing it on live and comparing this to Jesus and all this extra crap that nobody really care to hear. Like, what is the issue, and how can we resolve the issue? What is the problem, and how can we resolve it? Like really, what is going on with the deposits? So after that happens, as I want to say. After that happens, the long term gain is 90,000. So let's plan it out. The cost basis to get the 90,000 was 10,000. The proceeds from the 10,000 was 100,000. And the thing is happening because of it's because the dollars that you are generating yourself is not it's not like it came out of thin air. You actually went and earned money. It's almost like your dollars are gold. That's the same reason why if you make a promise to pay, your promise to pay is an asset. Just by you saying, okay, I agree to pay $500 a month every month for the next 10 years, this is that statement alone, just that statement alone is what the institutions use to securitize and secure funding. Just that statement, just by you saying I promise to pay. I don't care what nobody else tell you. Just those words alone, by you saying that I promise to pay, and you put your signature on it, which is you signing it, saying, "Hey, I promise to do this," they're able to take that alone and go create a new deposit. So now they take that as an asset and go and reissue you a liability, and then they keep on flipping it, flipping it, flipping it, flipping it, max it out at 10. So it don't matter if it's 5,000. What's 5,000 times 10? 50,000. 50,000. What's 50,000 times 10? 500,000. So it's like a repeating cycle. It's like a repeating cycle. And it's more I just feel like I got a duty for some reason to tell people this. You know what I mean? Like I'm just being real. I just feel like I got some type of, duty to tell people um what is actually happening. And I created everything that I did. I went back and made reference. So y'all can screenshot this. Y'all can screenshot it. But I want you to understand that if you deposit $100,000 in a bank, you're able to securitize your withholding and to securitize off $1 million. This is just point plain. There's no other way to say it. If you put 100 bands in the bank, you're able to secure at 24%, 200 off $1 million on a grantor trust, and you're claiming your decedent, and you're actually owning your estate, then you can secure 240, and it's no extra cut on it. And you want to get deeper, is let's just say that you made 100,000 and a half of that 100,000 went out to go and pay other people. Do you know that? And I say this all the time. I'm not sure who new here. I'm gonna have to start. Like I said, I'm not a teacher. I have to start treating everybody like it's their first time here. When you go and make a deposit, and whoever you're paying, you got an account there. Also, they're just your custodian, the same way like you are at the institution, at the bank. You just don't know it because they're just providing a service for you. So you got an account at Xfinity, you got an account at T-Mobile, you got an account at AT&T, a bank account, not just a regular account like you just account where you go fund. Like no, you got a bank account, but it's held up under the indentured trustee. This is a fact. This is a fact. You can go and pull up right now. We'll just do a small test. Matter of fact, we can do it live. Let's do it live. Let's do it live. Um, we'll do Metro. We're gonna do it live. All right. As far like everybody can see, it says that Metro PCS indenture of trustee is Dutch Bank. I'm just trying to back up and show you all. I'm gonna go down right here so you can see what I searched in the search menu. Because I'm just not learning how to work this double screen. All right. Metro PCS indenture trustee. Who it says? Dutch Bank. Now, what this is saying, what this is showing you is that you have an account at Dutch Bank right now that you have no clue existed. Are you understanding me? That is an account that you are making a deposit whenever you are paying your bill, or what you think is a bill, the bearer bond, the monthly bearer bond, whenever you is giving them a deposit on account receivable, they're dishing it out on account payable. But this is who you are making your deposit to. I don't care if you go to a Metro PCS store and you going to go and give cash, or you slide your card. I don't care how are you getting the money there, but this is where this is where your money going. Now, if you're making the deposit here and you're just being provided services over here, well, everything is backed by full faith and credit. So that means that if you're able to make a deposit here, that means that you can also understand expansion. So that they are taking your, let's just say that your bill is $100 a month. $100 a month, that goes to $1,200 for the year. $1,200 for the year times 10, that's $120,000. And this is, hey man, I didn't write this. I didn't make this shit up. This is what's been going on. I just happened to crack it. I'm just keeping it a bean with you. I didn't make this up. This been here. I didn't make it up. Oh, I'm about to die. I didn't make this up. This been here. Damn, I need a charge. This been here. I'm just I'm just relaying the message. I'm just keeping it all the way 1,000 with you. And you know, I like to look like I like to look like this. Just so somebody can be scrolling. Oh, this nigga ain't talking about nothing. I love to just look like a nigga who just out here on the streets or whatever, and I look like I'm about to go to the club or something. I like to look like this because it's it allows me to weave out who is actually trying to understand knowledge that is being rooted with substance. It don't matter who's the messenger, because like I said before, I'm not a teacher. Damn, my phone's about to die. Like I said before, I'm not a teacher. Oh, like I said before, I'm not a teacher. This is all I do is just read this right here. That's it. I just read this and I read IRC codes. But I just wanted to make this point, and we can do this all day. What you want me to switch it? I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna switch it to Chase. No, I ain't gonna say Chase. All these banks got indenture trustee. Let me think. Who else? Comcast. Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna do Square, Cash App. Let's do Cash App. Who is Cash App? Indenture trustee. Uh, let's see. Let's find out. Block. Block INC. I remember Block. And I don't want you to get. I don't want y'all. I don't want you guys to get scared of this. Don't get scared when you see this right here. Because out of all this, this is the only part that matters. Just this. This all. At Block, we are building an ecosystem of ecosystems and are focused on creating ecosystems for the distinct customer audience. We changed our corporate name from Square to Block. Okay. They had business with Title. I thought Title was a record company. I had no idea that. Are y'all looking at this? Hold on, let me see. Can y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Title, as far as like the music, Title owns Cash App. Did anybody know that? Was anybody aware of that? Title owns Cash App. And I just learned something today because I didn't know that. I'm doing this off the bat just so you can know it's not. I don't script. It's nothing scripted. I don't have a script here for me to tell y'all what is going on today. Hey, you all, this is what's going on today. Follow me as I go and get on my jet. Follow me as I go and get in my $100,000 car. Follow me as I go and get on the yacht. That's not helping you. By you seeing my life and me living this glamorous life is not helping you at all. So I want you. And so I don't even advocate that. I don't even try to put that in on people to where it can be like some type of bait for you. You see what I'm saying? I don't even want it to be like a bait. I don't even want those type of minds getting a hold to this because they always eventually expose themselves. I had a nigga one time to tell me, "Oh, bro, I was just trying to get up on you. I don't pull up on nobody at all, But that shit made me really want to, like, really get back on some bull on the bull, And for the life of me, I couldn't understand. Thank you, baby. You're so sweet. For the life of me, I couldn't understand why. All right, why are niggas out here, living like that? Like, what's the point? But you know, you can't change how some people are. All right, now we back. Phone about that. Oh shit! Is my camera there? My check. Can y'all hear me? My camera there. Hold tight. Something. Okay. I fuck up with it. I don't know what the hell I just did. Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me get my camera right because I plugged this phone up and it just shut everything down. Hmm. Ah. Am I back?
Am I back?
Oh, that boy
Oh,
getting
that
fired
boy
with
getting
the
fired
with the
with the
mic check.
mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
All right, hold
All
on.
right, hold on.
That boy getting
That
good.
boy getting good.
I'm happy because I'm not a real technical person as as uh as I would like to be. I'm smart, but I'm not real technical like that. You hear me? Can y'all hear me? I'm back. Am I? Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? Did 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 my video come back? Because I'm not sure. All right, I'm back. I'm back in action. Ah, so I'm not a real technical person like that, you know. So when I do I'm still learning how to do all this, man. I'm still learning how to do all this. I'm still learning how to do all this, you know. So, um, all right, let's get back to the business. All right. So, like I was saying earlier, the main thing is that we have to understand, okay, let's just say that let's say that you work at McDonald's or you work at Kroger. It don't matter where you work at. I always remember that. It don't matter where you work at, you are employed and you have money coming in. You have currency. You are making currency. You are creating currency, a current through the world. And reason being, oh, this just came to me. This just came to me. You're making currency, right? And because you are making real currency, you're making current, electric, you're making current. They're taking that current, not current like um currently I supposed to go to this destination to have a meeting here. No, I'm talking about current as in electrical pulses, a current. You're making that a current because that was actually had to be earned. That's the only deposit that has any value. That's the only thing that have value. That just came to me. And that's real though. That's the only thing that has value out here is your deposit and your promise to pay. And you can fact check me. Please fact check me. By you saying that I promise to do something, that in itself is the money. That in itself is the debt. Just by you saying that you promise to perform, they take that promise and as an asset and reissue you a liability, which is they take your if you say, hey, I promise to pay you $10,000 within the next year. That's money just by you saying that. You sign it, you date it, and then they dock it in, take it as an asset. Now they take that as an asset and reissue you the liability part of it. Okay, well, you say you're gonna pay? Well, here, show me. You're gonna pay. Here, go pay me. But the whole time they take that promise and they go get times 10. They go and do expansion. Let's go back here. Just for those who've been on the rock. Um, just for those who have been under a rock. They take that and do expansion. And this right here, it don't matter where you work at. It don't matter what kind of job you have. It doesn't matter. Your deposit, disregard the stuff that I wrote on here. Like, don't try to go and look at this and be like, oh, I figured it out. That was that's what niggas be ready to do. Niggas like, niggas see one little piece of something and think they got it cracked. No, 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 not at all. That's so far from the truth. It'll hurt your eyes. It's so far from the truth. It's so far from it. I can show you the truth though. Let me see if I got a master flow chart. I've been working, man. I've been working. And I never created something like this to actually, you know, put out there because let me see if I got a master flow chart. Yeah, this okay. I never, created something like this to, you know, express to people how serious this is. I've never done it before. Like I said, I'm not a teacher, so I never actually expressed this before to anyone. And you know, by me not expressing it to anybody, and me trying to tell you all how important you are to the world, it's like pulling teeth. Because somebody who working at McDonald's, who working the cab register, may feel like they less important than somebody who's riding in a Lamborghini. But your check is written on the same check that a $40 million check is written on. Same piece of paper. Tell me the difference. From if you get a check for your job for $600, we're just gonna say it's electronic now, but it's on the same system. But we're just gonna use that just for hypothetically right now. You get a check for $500, go and deposit. It's written on the same paper that a check for $10 million. But the thing is about what you don't know, and the person who got that check for 10 million may know, is that at the end of the year, what the bank is really doing, whenever you make your $2,000 deposit into that bank, what the bank is really doing is getting 20,000 for your $2,000 deposit. And then when you go and take your $2,000 deposit, and then you spend half the 2,000 paying bills to that company that also has a bank, that where you have an account at. Because keep in mind, whenever you signed up to anybody's company, regardless, you joined their trust. You became a part of their trust. If you sign anybody document, that's just a fact. And I'm real heavy on fact checks too. Real heavy on fact checking. And I love this code. This code provides so much clarity. This code provides so much clarity. 15 USC 1. It didn't say some, it didn't say maybe a few. It didn't say this person because they black or this person because they white. It didn't say any of that. It just simply said every contract in the combination in the form of a trust came from and I'm gonna just say in layman terms, because the average person who's reading this may not understand what this is saying. But I'm gonna read it out and then I'm gonna interpret it for you in hood economics. All right. Every contract, combination in the form of a trust or otherwise, or conspiracy in restraint of trade or commerce among the several states or with foreign nation is declared to be illegal. Every person who shall make any contract or engage in any combination or conspiracy hereby declared to be illegal and be deemed guilty of a felony and on conviction of therefore shall be punished by a fine not exceeding $100 million if a corporation or if any other person $1 million or by imprisonment not exceeding 10 years or both said punishments in the discretion of the court. Whoo, that was a mouthful. Pause. Now, what this is saying is every contract that you signed came from a trust. Every contract that you have ever signed came from a trust. So now let's just look at it for what it is. One, whatever trust they're talking about, you didn't create it. So we're going to talk about the three bodies of a trust. We're just going to talk about the three bodies of it. The best way that I can logically deliver this to you all. We're going to talk about the three bodies of it. Whatever trust they're talking about, you didn't create it. Right? I want to make sure we get this. What? It's three bodies. And whatever trust that they're talking about on this 15 USC 1 code, the creator of the trust, we know it wasn't you. So now that leaves us with only two more possible options. Right? That leaves us with only two more possible options. It's only three parts of a trust. You got the grantor, the trustee, and the beneficiary. And they said every contract that you ever signed came from a trust. Now, whatever trust they talking about, you know that you didn't create it. So the grantor is obsolete. No, it don't even matter because you know you didn't create whatever trust they talking about. Now, number two, trustee. You know you're not the trustee of the trust because you're not facilitating their day-to-day operations. The trustee may have been the one to send you the actual contract. Ooh, that's cold. And this is coming off the top. I promise you this is coming off the top. The trustee is the one who probably sent you the contract. So who does that leave? Only the beneficiary. Only the beneficiary. And what is the beneficiary there for? To receive benefit from the trust. What are you receiving from T-Mobile or AT&T? You're receiving a service. You're receiving benefit from the trust. What are you receiving from your light bill company or your gas bill company? You're receiving a service. You're receiving benefit from having a service with them. And it just started making so much sense to like, damn, all these companies I'm paying, everybody who I'm paying, I am receiving benefit. So then I am a beneficiary. So I do have a trust account. It's just not in my name. I do have a trust. I just didn't create it. I'm just a beneficiary of it. So once that hit and once that made noise, it was like, all right, bet. Now let me find out what are the attributes. How can I get my fucking money back? Because now I feel like I'm on an island by myself with nobody to talk to because nobody understand what I'm talking about. And everybody who I try to talk to about this topic, they all start going to that sovereign citizen shit. Like this don't have nothing to do with sovereignty. Now it do, but it don't. But it don't got nothing to do with the sovereign citizen shit. This is just straight banking. Like I said before, I don't care about what. Now let's not take this out of context because I don't want this to get clipped the wrong way. It's not that I don't care about racism because I'm I'm conflicted with it all the time. I show you on my page from the officer pulling me over to when I was standing outside my Jeep. The lady, she racially profiled me. I wasn't doing anything. She just whipped me over. Seatbelt on, everything, just pulled me over. The police state trooper, he just saw me riding, looking good, having a good day. Decided to pull me over. Just decided to come and mess with a black man. I wasn't bothering nobody. I never bother anybody. I was just riding down the street, and it was like, I'm finna make his day hard. But lo and behold, they didn't know who I were. When I opened up my folder, he seen them gold bonds in there and all this GSCCA language and and threads and impressions and faxes and copies and this being sent here and CODs here and when they seen all that violation of color of law and 42 USC 1987 and 42 USC 1811. They start seeing all that. They like, oh man, hey sir, I really got something to do today. You on private property, go on about your way. Oh well, I was gonna lock you up, but we didn't find no reasonable cause here, so just go on your way. And so don't think that I don't feel like racism isn't a factor. So that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I'm not allowing myself to be governed by one interaction that I had to be, oh, my whole life is need to be surrounding this. No. The best way to get back is what? The pockets. Hit them pockets. And there's so many, I ain't gonna get in that. But the best way to do is hit the pockets. Now, what is an alternate way that I can maximize my income? And let's just say that I made $30,000 for the year. What is the way that I can maximize my income? As you know it, income. But what you are actually making is revenues. Your revenues are now being turned into US government securities by a broker. That is not you. But who is this broker to you? What did I just say? Who did I just say this broker is to you? Hold on. Who did I just say this broker is to you? The trust. He's your trustee. Now, your trustee is making these deposits for you on your behalf, swapping out your FRNs basically selling them for you. It's like y'all think about this like you went into business with somebody and they got a plug in China. But you can't go to China, but they can. So they brokered a deal for you. Same way. Think about it just like that. Think about you're the person who is needing to get to China, and let's say the Federal Reserve is China, but you can't get there. But the person, so think about the bank as Delta, and you're the person who needs to interface with China, and you can't get there by yourself, so you need to have someone in between you that is chartered, that is licensed to interface with the Federal Reserve. And we're gonna say that the bank is acting as if it's Delta. That's how this is how this is working. This is how this is working. So when we are trying to recover our US government securities, we can't do it because we don't have the capacity to operate that like that individually. But who do though? A trust. Because a trust can't own a trust. Only a trust can interface with a trust. So what you have to do? What does that mean you need to do, class? Go and get a trust. And what does that trust need to be? A special purpose vehicle. Now that you have this special purpose vehicle, now let's focus on trust sale of U.S. Treasury notes for 100,000. All right, so what I did is I went and created basically a blueprint on how this thing goes. Like from everything from being so transparent to where if you can't understand this, just just don't even get into it. Just be like, hey man, I don't know what the hell this is. Like, I'm just gonna continue just to get my ass handed to me every month. I'll be alright. Shit, I'll be good because it's not for you. Even if you got a credit card, did you know? And this is just a fact. Did you know on a credit card purchase, they give you a line of credit. Now, whatever you go and buy, the bank is paying that for you as if they're giving a loan right then and there. Creating the loan and doing this exact same thing is when you go and put the money in the bank. It's the same mechanism. But the only thing is they got a limiter on it. So let's just say like you got $10,000 and you go buy something that's $5,000. What the bank is doing is paying it for you. Like it's like they paying it cash for you, but your promise to pay them back creates the obligation. So let's just say that you buy something that's $5,000. They go and pay that $5,000 and then they go create the obligation. So they go and turn this same $5,000 into what? $50,000. So whenever you go buy something for 5,000, the bank just made 50,000. That make sense to you all? Because they are creating the obligation as you go along. As you go along, they're creating the obligation. As you're traveling, they're creating the obligation. This is just a fact. This is just a fact. They give certain people a certain line, a certain limiter. Some people have 100,000 and they can do an acquisition and merger and extend it out to 100 million. Some people can have 5,000. Some people can have $1,000. Some people can have $1,000 and go and buy something for 500. Now you have just created, hey, I promise to pay you back this $500, but in all actuality, you created the obligation by your actions. And that obligation that you created By you making this purchase, saying that, hey, I'm going to pay you back, that obligation just created expansion in modern money mechanics. Well, it can be used as expansion in modern money mechanics. So now it's more of a sense of how can I apply what you are talking about in everyday life. Nigga, you already are. You aren't, you're just not following through. I'm gonna tell you exactly what y'all doing. I'm gonna tell you exactly, and this sound crazy, but this is exactly what you are doing. Just say this right here. Hey, you go and think about women like banks. You are going out, finding which bank you want to be at. Hey, I like that bank. Man, that bank right there good. Oh damn, nah, this motherfucker right here might be. Hey, that bank right there might be thick. What y'all got? What kind of credit lines? This, that, and the third. Oh no, I think I'm gonna go with that bank. Boom. Same way how you look at a chick. Damn, I like Charlotte. She all right. I'm see what she talking about. Oh no, I might go with the red one. No, I think I like dark skin. No, I think I like caramel. And you go and take her out to eat. You spending your money. Take her out to eat, chop it up with her. Good conversation. Time to drop off. You reach in for a hug. She give you a hug. And now you think that y'all are cool. Come in the next day. You try to have the same energy. She done moved on to a new person and doing the same thing because you just now missed your opportunity to say what you wanted to say. The same thing happened. You go get a bank, open up a bank account. You don't set the rules and the standards when you go and open up this account because you just missed what you had really needed to tell them about the fiduciary roles what you're trying to put into this institution. So now they just got you as a regular depositor. She just put you as one of the regular. She probably got you saved in her phone as free food, Mr. Free Food, or Mr. Gas, or Mr. Nails, or Mr. Hair. I'm telling you, this is how this is go. This is how this go. No cap. This is how this go. So this is how she may have you saved in her phone, and it's the same thing how the institutions have you. You're just labeled as a regular depositor. You don't have no special attributes at this institution. You ain't got no special programs. You're not doing anything special at this institution other than giving them your weekly check for them to broker out for you and you not to receive any benefit. Have you ever noticed you see an interest payment? You know where that interest payment is coming from? It's not coming from the account balance, it's coming from the reserve that's being held, the 10%. They're paying you interest on the 10%. Because they said, they were like, man, it gotta be, we gotta do something. If they're giving us a loan, we gotta give them something. It's unethical. It's unethical. So I say that to say you can't half step this. It's not a 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of situation. It's not that. Either you all the way in it, or you get the hell on. Either you all the way in it, or you get the hell on. There's no gray area on this. There's no gray area. There's no gray area on it because you have to literally become an accountant if you want to start touching on this. If you want to start, and in that first glance, this looked like, damn man, what the hell is this nigga talking about? 89, and I go over this in my. And this talk is not for me to break down this. I'm letting you all understand that this is your life. What I'm expressing to you, and I don't post my lives. I'm not, I can't even talk on Instagram. They blocked my mic. Like that's messed up. I can't even talk on my phone through IG no more. They blocked my mic. But what I'm telling you all is everyone who is making money today, if you are making funds today and you are taking these deposits and putting them into a institution, that bank is you can do a 1099B on that bank deposit as that banker, as that bank being your broker, which is your lifeline to the Federal Reserve. Like, hey, I just made that deposit for $10,000. Oh yeah, you did make a deposit for that $10,000. Yeah, I made that deposit for $10,000. Well, what the fuck you want me to do about it? Okay, I don't know. I need to pay my bill. All right, pay your bill. That's option one. Option two is what you want us to do about it. Oh well, I'm finna use this broker. He gonna go and take this $10,000 and purchase some U.S. government securities, and then send them back to me for an asset. That way, I can go and utilize these securities. I don't care. You can keep 10%. Don't worry about it. We're gonna keep 10% anyway. I knew that. That's why I said I don't care. So now I get back the I get back the $9,100. Is that yeah? No, hold on. I get back the $9,000. Now the bank bring that $9,000 back because I created the obligation. Bring the $9,000 back. Now I got $10,000 in liability, and now we go back and swap it back and forth. Swap it back and forth, and to that and to that 10,000 becomes 90,000, and that 90,000 is only 90,000 because every time the transaction happened, they kept 10%. And I know, and I know, and I know that this is serious, and I'm trying to make light of it, but it is very serious, and it's something that if we want to like really build as a people and we really want to like overcome like just being and getting the bare minimum and just getting by, it is something that we're gonna have to eventually come across. You're gonna have to eventually face this. There's no way in hell that you're not gonna be able to come and face this. And sometimes it's hard to come to the realization of it, but your your paycheck is more than a paycheck. You are the money. When they say that melanin is worth more than diamonds and gold, it is melanin is worth more than diamonds and gold because you create the obligation just simply by you saying, I promise to pay. Just that alone on a document with your signature creates the asset. And I know it sounds crazy, y'all. I know it sounds crazy, but this is what's actually happening. And that's the simple that's the most simplest way that I can put it. There's no other way that I can express it, that I can express it to you all. That I want to see everybody win. Some people like, damn shit, man, I did $100,000 last year. Damn man, I made $50,000 that man. I made $50,000 yesterday. Some people feel like that. Some people really feel like that. Some like, man, what? A million? Man, I did 5 million last year. Man, I did 10 million last year deposit into the bank. The same thing applies. It doesn't matter. If you had a deposit that is going into a institution They are doing credit expansion on that deposit. Ain't no way around it. They are being a broker for you to interface with the Federal Reserve. What is happening? I got it. This is what's happening. The you are um you are playing catch, right? You're playing catch with the bank. You throwing a deposit at the bank. You playing football. Boom. You throwing a deposit at the bank. The bank catching all the deposits. Boom. 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 Now the bank is catching all these deposits. Just so happened the bank who is catching the deposits, they work for the NFL. Wow, they work for the NFL. Now you don't want to throw the. Now you find this out. Now you want to go and shoot your shot directly at the NFL, but you can't. You throw a pass at the NFL, they just look at it like, "The hell is you doing? Hey man, you don't got no authority to even be around here. Hey, get this nigga ass off the field. Get that nigga off that nag. Get him off. Get him off that nag. He don't supposed to be on that nag. Next time you want to talk to me, Jimmy, you talk to Jimmy. Jimmy, you talk to me on some real American gangster type shit. Never on the phone, all right? Next time you want to talk to me, Jimmy, you talk to Jimmy, then Jimmy come and talk to me. That's just how it is. You don't have the authority to interface with the Federal Reserve unless you are a chartered institution. And that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And, I want everyone to be able to, vibe and be able to understand what is happening on a more spiritual level because all of it is just, you know, it's spiritual, to be honest with you. For you to be able to even to have a logic like this, for you to even be able to think of this like this, it have to be some type of it have to be you have to be somewhat spiritual. And a lot of people, and I learned over the years that it's a lot of Agent Smiths out here. It is. Can y'all hear me? Somebody saying that they can't hear me. Can y'all still hear me? Just let me know, yes or no. Can somebody put in the chat? Can y'all still hear me? Can you all hear me? Yeah, I have classes on this. Okay, y'all can hear me. Bet. Thank you. Thank you, Yoda. 267. Y'all all the motherfuckers acting like y'all. I can see everybody on the live. So it's not like, oh, well, I don't want this person to see me on the live. I can see everybody on the live. I go and screenshot all the live, everybody who's in the live, just so I can go and see who's who's on the live. So it ain't like you can hide. It don't make sense. I'm trying to bless the streets with some real information, and my page kind of blew up last year when I was talking about the birth certificate. And the birth certificate is so vital to what people. So many people have so many opinions about what they don't have no clue about. People have so many opinions about this document right here that they don't have no clue on how this document operates at all. And it says right here on it This person is entitled to full faith and credit. Now, every time that you log into your bank, what do you see at the top? FDIC, full faith and credit, backed by full faith and credit. Now, so when you think about full faith and credit, you like, well, damn, what is full faith and credit in its core? It's insurance, buddy. Yeah, that's what it is. It's insurance. That's all it is. It's in, it's insurance, buddy, ma'am. It's insurance, brother. In case your goofy ass do something you ain't got no business doing, brother. It's insurance to make sure that the institution that you are banking with is indemnified in case you do some goofy shit, brother. You understand? There's no other way to put it. There's no other form to use it as. Now, to use the full faith and credit to your own benefit, that's another story. Because now you're talking about creating an actual security instrument to be monetized. And now that's when we have to go and deal with subscriptions. That's when we have to go and create a pitch deck. That's when we have to go and get another company to list a QSIP for your instrument that you create to be traded upon. But wait, what you talking about? Create an instrument? I what you talking about? Create an instrument? I played trombone. I played the drums in high school. What you mean instrument? Uh, not that instrument, man. Not that instrument. Just think about, and I don't want to sound condescending. Just think about, just think about instrument as if they want you to, if you have to perform on anything, if they want you perform means to make you do something that you wouldn't normally do. If you're just standing here and someone told you, I need you to go and do this, by you responding to what they instructed you to do, that is performing. Plain and simple. If you are moving when they tell you to go and do this or go and do that, that is you performing. And it's it's more easily shown in a sense. And a lot of people, I seen this $100 million note floating around the internet. I have it also, and people don't even know what that's for. People are like, oh yeah, I'm feeling ready to tap into my $100 million account that they created for me at birth. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop the cap. No, you're not. That ship has came and left already. Whenever that was happening, T. Gardner was still the secretary of the Treasury. Whenever that was happening. No, you're not. The thing what you must understand is that once you reach a certain level on you being compliant with the SSC, with the SEC, they got this protocol called Reg D and 144A, to where you don't have to register your securities to actually be sold on the security exchange. So they have them as private securities. Now, when you go and want to, now when we're talking about private securities, we are shying away, but we're still in the same realm. but we are so far left on what we're talking about right now, because right now we have to get the gist of what's happening to our bank deposits before we can even dare to think to comprehend how to use this. Because this right here is just what I just said. Full faith and credit is for the institution. It's insurance. If what's the name of it? FDA, FH, FHA, Freddie Mac. Those are not banks. They're not chartered institutions. They just insurance. They just there to insure loans. Now, if you got a trust and you get your trust backed by an insurance policy, $1 million insurance policy, or if you got, let's say you got 3 kids, 5 kids, and all your kids got $1 million insurance policy. Let's say you got 5 kids, all your kids got $1 million insurance policy, and you put all your kids as beneficiaries to this trust. Now your trust value is $5 million. Now you can go and create your own. You're your own guarantor. You don't need a bank. You can use their bank. They're gonna say, "Well, who's the guarantor? You gonna be the guarantor?" No, I got my trust here is the guarantor. It's a trust I work with. It's my guarantor. That's why it's not good to be both the guarantor and the trustee when you're doing business. And so many people feel like, "Oh, well, you don't want to live in the private." Being private don't have nothing to do with you creating a trust. You creating a trust and you put it in your drawer, closing it up. They ain't got nothing to. That is not being private. That's being slow. Being private is you're facilitating your own deals. You're handling your own accounting. That doesn't mean being private. When you're operating private, you are acting in the capacity of the power of attorney for the commercial name. That's being private. Being private don't mean that you have a trust and it's sitting in your drawer and don't nobody know that it exists but you. Also, being private doesn't mean that you don't create this thick ass trust booklet of ish that don't mean nothing to anybody but you and the person who sold it to you. A trust shouldn't be no more than 19 pages. It's 15 pages, not including the declaration and the certificate. The preamble, the declaration, the beneficiaries, the Schedule A, all of that, it should extend no more than 15, 17 pages. I don't see somebody with a trust book. Damn, I can't even find one. Man, I seen a motherfucker with a trust book, a trust so goddamn thick. Man, I seen a nigga with a trust like this. Like, yeah, man, I got the real trust. Like, man, ain't nobody finna go and read that. Man, they gonna put your ass out the bank. Ain't nobody finna read that shit. I'm not finna read it. And based off your deposit, they not gonna read it either. They not gonna read it either. They're not gonna read it either. And the main thing is you all are just operating to a point to where it is hard for you to get things wrong. That's all. I just want you all to operate to a point to where it's hard for you to get things wrong. Not to where you get it right. I want you to operate from a place to where it's hard for you to get it wrong. And when you operate from that place to where it's hard for you to get wrong, now you're moving. But first we gotta get some credits. Forget all the antics and forget all the comedy and everything else that's being said today. We gotta swell you. We gotta swell you up first. I'm pretty sure that if somebody made 300,000 and they're able to receive their taxes that was paid on 300,000. That okay, if you made 30,000 times 10, that's 300,000. We're gonna just say, so I ain't gotta do all this computing in my mind. Matter of fact, I don't care. Fuck it. That's 300,000. We're gonna compute that. If you made 30,000, that's 300,000. 300,000 at 24%. That is seven 730 730 at 24%. That's 74. That's 74,000. 73,000. 73,000 as credit to you. If you even if you just made, we're just gonna say hypothetically you made 30,000 for the year. And how I came up with that is 30,000, 30,000 times 10. From 10,000, we are the proceeds, the cost basis is 30,000. Um, times 10 is 300,000. 10% withholding proceeds from the 30,000 is 10,000. 24% from 300,000 is 73,000. Let me double check that. Because I just did these percentages in my head. I was $1,000, 72,000. That boy good, ain't it? That boy doing percentages in his head. That boy good. But yeah, that's how it would be. That's how it would be. And people want to know, like, well, damn, well, how is this happening? It's nothing that's something that can be told to you. It only can be shown. Just being real with you, because we can look at this. We can look at this all day. We can look at this all day. But if we don't understand, if we don't understand this, it don't mean nothing. If we don't understand this, it doesn't mean nothing. The purpose of this booklet is to describe the basic process of money creation in a fractional reserve banking system. The approach is taking illustrations of changes in the banking system balance sheets that occur when deposits in banks change as a result of monetary action by the Federal Reserve System, the central bank of the United States. The relationship showed are based on simplifying assumptions for the sake of simplicity. The relation, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's for the just to simplify this. It's really more deeper than a $10,000 deposit turned to 100,000. Because what's happening is the $10,000 go from $10,000 to 80 to $9,000, and the $9,000 go from 9,000 to 81, and then the 81 go from 81 to 73, and then the 73 go from 73 to 64. It goes back and forth like that. That's what's really happening. And the reason why authorization on file. And what should be on file is a fiduciary authorization, because you are operating through your trust. So when you operate through your trust, you got different authorities that's calling these shots. Like, it's not like you're just operating as the individual. No, you have to operate as the true and try and true trustee of the trust. Like there's no other way around it. So when you're getting kicked down your distributions from to a K1, you have to be able to exercise that. And you also have to be able to articulate yourself in your disclosures on how did you come up with these numbers? How did you come what show me your math? Like I said, like that, y'all need to go watch that movie The Banker and look at how when the Federal Reserve came in and audited the bank, he asked the dude like, okay, right here on line 4, show me how did you come up with these numbers? How did you come up? How did you come up with being able to support this factor by this claim? And that's mainly it, man. I just want y'all to be able to succeed. And when you come in half stepping, you're gonna get half ass results. You're gonna be almost there. You can taste it and touch it, and then you're gonna get pulled back down. But I don't want you to quit because that was just a lesson. You're gonna be almost there, and you're like, okay, well, hold on, let me don't close it out yet. We always got time to reconsider. Oh, let me see your document so I can get a second chance. Because I don't know what I was thinking. I'm seeing you at 8720 or whatever, 8275, whatever form that is. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, 8275. Make sure I got. Let me make sure I got an 82. Let me send you my 8275 so I can express myself appropriately. Bitcoin Chris, for sure. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that because it's it needs to be expressed and told to the masses immediately, and um, it's time. It's time. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and it's not. I don't want to focus on everyone. I want to focus on you. Focus on you, the one who's been sitting here for what an hour, 30 minutes, hour, 40 hour. I want to focus on you. I'm here talking to you. Whatever you're doing, whatever kind of money you're making, even if you're sitting at home on the bed, or you driving, or you on the road, or whatever you're doing, I've never claimed to be a teacher. Only thing that I can assure is that if I say it, that means it have been tried and tested. Plain